I mean, you're doing this. Obviously, there's a lot going on, which keeps your mind busy and keeps you busy just trying to keep up with it. But again, you're coming from having never been in combat, and you're now training for something where you are going in and the only mission is kill. And you are maybe not the only one, but you know what I mean. Like that's a heavy part of it. You are going after the worst targets in the world. Mm-hmm. You're going to be in plain clothes, depending on the place you are sometimes, and you're basically like going to be the highest level assassin the government has that we've ever heard of in the public. Is there any point where you're starting to come to grips with the fact that you're going to have to do, obviously you're removing what you view as evil from the earth, but like, are you thinking about that? Like, holy shit, like this is about to go 0 to 1,000 real quick.
Bro, it was scary. I'm man enough to admit it was very intimidating because you're exactly right. I basically was going to be thrown into the fire, like the deep end of the pool, and you better swim. And most of the guys I worked with were former combat vets. They were either in Grenada or Panama, Desert Storm, Desert Shield.
All SEALs and Special Forces.
Deltas, it had a whole plethora. It was a very eclectic unit. You could have 5 guys in a room, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, and 100 years of experience. Like, it was crazy. And that's very intimidating when you're on that kind of talent.
Well, you had said there were guys recruited to it or in it who you had worked with and who knew you, so recommended you. But like, did you ever think about like why still they were asking you?
Yeah, and to this day, yeah, they're the 2 dudes that I knew that were there. I don't know, man. Maybe they just saw something I never really saw in myself. And see, that's a confidence thing, which is really odd to say that from a guy that was Marine, Recon, and Army SF. You think you'd be confident. And I was. I was confident in my abilities, but there's a difference between being confident and going, I've done this for real, and I did well. I didn't, buckle.
Huge
or what. Yeah. Oh, bro. In that business.
You can't simulate that.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't. And so, like I said, 85% of the dudes I worked with had some type of combat experience.
This is one of those great examples of things where I'm always careful with anything in life, but let's look at this example of when I say a phrase like, if I were blank, then I would blank. You don't fucking know.
No.
And when you're dealing with this kind of shit, I don't care how trained you are, you don't know.
No. And I always had my own, you got to remember, dude, and this is kind of funny, what I thought about combat is what I saw on TV.
Yeah.
That was that was my freaking standard, and it's not that. Like, I can just tell you from where I came from, you'd hear guys on the radio under fire, and it was like they're ordering a pizza. There is no screaming. No, seriously, man, there's no screaming, calm, because that is how you have to operate in that environment. There's no, none of that shit, ever, And when you work with guys at that level, it's almost cancerous. Like it sticks to you, like that calmness, like, okay, he's calm, I'm going to be calm. You know what I mean? So, because once one person starts losing their shit, another one's going to lose them, and then another one. And you can't have that.
You know what was odd? I just remembered this based on you saying that. You had been telling me this in the car, but you asked me, what do you think is the one outside the box thing? I think you said it differently than that, but that's basically what you're saying, is the one outside the box trait that they're looking for in all these people that they recruit to this. And what did you tell me?
So, dude, one of there's a few, self-confidence is a biggie.
Not that one. No, this was the one where you were talking about you want guys who have faith.
Oh, okay,
yes,
gotcha.
This
yeah,
was so bizarre.
So this is, dude, and I'm just telling you from what I saw. My experience, not secondhand, not he said it. I saw this with my own eyes. To the man that I got to know, that I worked with, every guy had some semblance of faith, whether it was Catholicism, Christian, Protestant, whatever. they had some semblance of a faith behind them. And so I heard this from one of the psychologists when you're going through the process, and it was a woman too, of all things. And she's like, Joseph, if you look at all the warrior cultures of the past, and she's like, look at the Spartans, look at the samurai, Knights Templar, the Vikings, right? What did they all have, in common? I'm like,
tough.
Duh, yeah. And she was like, they all had faith in something. And I was like, And that was about all that was said. Like, they didn't come out and just say like, oh, if you're an atheist, but I'm just telling you from what I saw, not a lot. Every guy I worked with, when you start to get to know them,
so interesting.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
Train killers.
Isn't that crazy? but think about it though. It makes sense.
Killing in the name of Jesus, baby.
But no, it gives you some peace. Because let me just tell you, man, one of the guys I used to work with, I don't want to mention his name because he may even still be there. He told me, he's like, bro, we're not handing out cookies in front of Walmart. Okay. Right. People get hurt here. People get killed here. You have to resign to your own fate. Like, and once you do that, that's what these warrior cultures did. The Spartans, dude, they'd already written their lives off, right? They're going to die on the battlefield, right? Samurai, same thing. Vikings, same thing. Knights Templar, same thing. They fought with passion.
And you're at effect.
Yes.
You're cool.
And that is a very dangerous person. You can flip that script and think about the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Dude, they're right? Very scary people to fight because they've already resigned to their own death. And when somebody does that, that is not a person you want to be fighting. And then you add the skill sets and the training, and you even become more, more deadly, so to speak. But yeah, I thought that was very interesting that these dudes I worked with, and we just sit around and talk about religion all the time. But once you got to know someone, you're like, wow, because I came from a Catholic background. I went to church every Sunday. I went to catechism. So I was born in an Italian, hardcore Catholic. I'm not Catholic now, I'm a Christian, but this is a common denominator that a lot of people don't understand, that guys at very high levels of special operations have some deep faith, man. And it makes sense. I never thought about it until I was there, and I'm like, wow, that makes 100% sense. It makes 100% sense.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. Please hit that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.